and mastered the principles of business, conservation, and leadership, both in the classroom and far beyond. You've pursued your passions with curiosity and rigor, and in doing so, you've built relationships with the extraordinary faculty of the University of Maine at Machias and the staff, and with your peers that will carry you through the rest of your lives. Maybe more importantly, you've demonstrated levels of caring, community commitment, and public service that are unprecedented. From wearing face coverings to getting vaccinated to looking out for one another during times of need, and more simply by being kind and contributing members of this unique, vibrant community. With every class the university changes, you teach us as much as we teach you. Your presence here has made us all better. You have brought distinction to yourselves, to your families and friends, and to us with your achievements. Thank you so much for choosing the University of Maine at Machias. It brings me great joy to celebrate with you here today. Congratulations, class of 2022. And I welcome Dan Qualls.
The University of Maine at Machias recognizes that it is located in the homeland of the Passamaquoddy tribe, where issues of water and territorial rights and encroachment upon sacred sites are ongoing. The Passamaquoddy homeland is connected to other Wabanaki tribal members of the tribal nation, the Penobscot, the Maliseet, the Mi'kmaq, through alliances, kinship, and diplomacy. The university also recognizes that the Passamaquoddy tribe and the other Wabanaki tribal nations are distinct, sovereign, legal, and political entities within their own powers of self-governance and self-determination. Graduates, family members, friends, I have a couple of friends, there they are. Faculty and staff and supporters of the University of Maine at Machias, as the proud head of campus at UMM, I welcome you on behalf of our entire campus community to our 101. My 6-year-old calls this 111. Our 111th commencement exercises. This is indeed a great day of celebration. But before we get started, I need to introduce some and thank some distinguished guests for their presence here today. You've already met our president, Joan Freedymundy. We also have, could you stand to be recognized, John Volin. He is our executive vice president of academic affairs and provost at the University of Maine. Chris Richards. He's the vice president of enrollment management at the University of Maine and also here at the University of Maine at Machias. And right here to my right, your left, Jacob Van de Sandy. He's our commencement speaker and an honorary degree recipient. I think behind me is Heather Ball. Heather Ball is our vice president for academic affairs, and also with us on stage is BJ Marshall. She is our associate registrar. And I'm Daniel Qualls. I'm the head of campus and the vice president of academic affairs here at University of Maine at Machias. So behind me on the stage, I have, it's my honor to recognize the faculty and staff here and express my sincere appreciation to all my colleagues. The UMM faculty and staff, they're an outstanding group of people who have, through their efforts and extraordinary dedication, they prepared our students for this day, for the opportunities and the challenges that will come. I also have a special thank you to our facility staff who are extraordinary, and they set all this up for us today. But could our faculty and staff please stand to be recognized? Now I'd like to turn my attention to this side of the auditorium. I would like to welcome all the family members of our graduates. We're glad that you're here to celebrate this special event, and your mothers and your fathers and your spouses and partners and sisters and brothers, your sons and daughters and your grandparents, your family members, your friends. You're all here to wish our 2022 graduates well, and we appreciate you, and your love and your support is what's really made this journey possible for our graduates. So would you please stand to be recognized? Seems like there's somebody, oh yes, the class of 2022. This is the reason we're here today. We've gathered here today for this group of graduates and certificate winners or earners of the UMM class of 2022. As the president mentioned just a few moments ago, you have enriched our lives in many different ways. You've contributed to the quality of this campus and to the whole community, and we thank you. You have completed your programs of study. You're prepared to pursue rich and fulfilling personal and professional lives and to contribute to our nation as responsible and engaged citizens. And so we wish you good luck on your future endeavors. Could you rise to be recognized? In April, we usually have a convocation ceremony where we distribute lots of awards and scholarships. And so we haven't been able to do that in this pandemic environment. So I would like to take a little bit of time to talk about some of those awards and recognize the people who won those awards that are with us today. The faculty members, they select 2 outstanding seniors, and we recognize them, like I said, at honors convocation, as recipients of this award we call the Senior Watch Award. And each student is rated on the basis of their citizenship, their leadership, their service to the UMM community. And it's a really coveted honor to receive this award. So I have two students. I would like them to stay. I'm gonna say their names and then we'll let them rise to be recognized. And that is Lindsay Barabee and Trevor Riggin. To be considered for the salutatorian and valedictorian awards, all candidates must meet the following eligibility criteria. They have to have completed at least 75 credits of coursework here at UMM, exclusive of pass or fail and incompletes. They have to have a minimum of GPA of a 3.8 at the end of the fall semester prior to graduation. All the credits counting towards their baccalaureate degree must have been completed within 6 years immediately preceding the graduation, and they must apply for graduation. So in addition to that, these candidates also are evaluated on their strength, their breadth, and their rigor of their academic achievements, the evidence of intellectual promise, character, service, and other accomplishments. Our salutatorian is Nicholas Sanborn. Could you rise to be? And it's my pleasure to present to you Yanni Gonzobo as our valedictorian. Yanni, would you come down to the podium? Would you like to say a few words? We'll go right ahead.
I might be a little bit nervous, but please bear with me. Just wanted to start off by saying congratulations to our graduates. It has been a very long journey, but congratulations, you have made it. It is a great honor to stand here before you all and express my greatest gratitude. A special thank you goes to my parents, who are the primary reasons for my existence and gaining the opportunity to come to the United States. Thank you to all faculty and staff members who have contributed that time, energy, love, patience, and care to all students. And finally, thank you to friends who have become family. They say that blood is thicker than water, but sometimes it is not the case. This statement made me realize that the structure of life, and it is the reason for my experience in the United States. During the past 2 years of my stay in Machias, I have had ups and downs, especially without my parents, but I still made it through. I cannot say I did not cry or go through pain, because then I would say, I would not be who I am today. But these things have made me stronger. When I think of the people who pushed me and sacrificed their times, it made me realize that God always thinks about all of us. It was not easy, but it was worth it. I was stunned by the great news and I didn't know how to react anymore. And when I was told that I had to present a speech, I didn't know what to say, but something came to mind and I would love to share with you all. Waking up in the morning, getting ready for school and work, having to study, demanded time management, balance, and cooperation. There are some things such as being consistent with work and understanding what is required of you becomes a challenge. Not to lie, I have failed a couple of times, especially back in South Africa during my high school years. I couldn't count how many times I have failed. I was not the top, yet I kept pushing. The most challenging part of my life is financial difficulties. This was the reason I would stress, cry, to sleep, or yet I kept pushing. Hence, this made me realize that success is not for the weak. It requires energy, it requires strength. There are hidden sources of strength, and not to underestimate ourselves, that gaining strength is doable. Even waking up in the morning requires energy. Standing, brushing your teeth, walking, going to work and working, studying, even praying requires energy. I imagine not having that kind of strength. Where would you be? But just because you have energy doesn't mean you will not fall, hurt, or go through sufferings. There are times you will not have people backing you up or supporting your ideas. You will go through pain, you will go through hatred, and you will feel tired during school periods. It is okay to go through that, but it's not okay when it becomes a habit, because that's when laziness pulls through, depression overtakes, and stress dominates. You have to fight back and still stay strong. If you feel tired, maybe you have not had enough to drink. Drink water, eat if possible. You need that food and water to keep you going. Do not starve yourself. If you feel like taking a walk, take a walk. If you are depressed, get help. Don't let it suppress you. Make sure that you are doing something meaningful with your life. The moral of the story is that sometimes we can be ignorant of the little things, not knowing that these little things are the reasons our success is being hindered. What I mean is that do not let your tendency of waking up late be the reason you don't get to your interview and be employed. This whole idea is what I was going through, and it is how I fought my battle. How have you fought your battles? Many people think that success is all about being rich and earning millions of dollars, but I object to that mindset and says once you have achieved something, you have succeeded in it. Success is defined as the condition of meeting a defined range of expectation. I believe that we have all met our expectation by graduating. This is my success. I am now a graduate who is going to further her studies at Maine Honor in the MBA program, and I will be a graduate assistant. This is me pursuing my goals, and I hope you do too. Alice Walker once said, every small positive change will make in ourselves repays us in confidence in the future. This is the positive change you have made for the better of your future. Be strong, keep calm, and don't forget to keep flying even when feathers are trying to fail you. Thank you.
Hey, Johnny. The Ivy Oration has been a long honored tradition here at UMM, and each year a member of the senior class is chosen by their peers and they present their speech at the convocation ceremony in April, but they also present it here at commencement. So on behalf of the graduating seniors, this oration summarizes and honors the enduring UMM friendships, the wisdom and knowledge gained in our seniors' hopes for the future. This year's Ivy Orator is, and I'll call you down in a minute. I'll go ahead and do a little intro. This year's Ivy Orator is Grace Terse. Grace graduated from Hayden High School in Hayden Township, New Jersey, and she just received, or about to, receive a bachelor's degree in psychology and community studies. So it's my pleasure to present to you on behalf of the graduating seniors, UMM's 22 Ivy Orator, Grace Terse.
Ah. 4 years ago, I arrived in Machias as a non-traditional freshman. I was excited to be a creative writing major, write stories and make films and all that good artsy stuff. The school was amazing. The halls and buildings were constantly buzzing with fun activities and events. Nowadays, I like to tell the freshmen how bingo night was like the Wild West, lawless and exciting. And every time Mike Koski got a corner piece, he would say, "That's a corner." It still lives in my mind rent-free to this day. But things change. In life, we gain people, we lose people, and things are taken from us, and it's not fair, and we don't know why, but it happens. We lost Mike Koski and Ashley Falanka 3 years ago. Mike would have been a 2021 graduate, and Ashley would have been graduating with all of us here. She was a psychology and community studies major, and I remember how she had one of the most gorgeous smiles I'd ever seen. Ashley was fun, kind, and she was passionate about suicide awareness. As commencement progresses and the days come and go, I don't want anyone to forget that this day is for Ashley as well, because like I said, she would be sitting here with us today in a cap and a gown and a beautiful smile. 4 years ago, if you had told me that I myself would be graduating with a psychology and community studies bachelor's, I'd have thought you were out of your mind. I thought that if I survived the whole college thing, I would graduate with a degree in creative writing and go on to make movies and be a total film nerd. I didn't underestimate myself in that aspect. I had dreams and I thought it would be fun, but it wasn't really what I wanted to do. I was very scared of what I wanted to do, which was to be a therapist and help teenagers. All the stories I wrote had some aspect of a messed up character or were from South Jersey, which would explain why they would be messed up, but that's besides the point. I was afraid that I wasn't going to be good enough at it and I would ruin someone else's life. Things changed though. When I met Megan Duff, it was like my tiny brain exploded because they inspired me so much. If you can't tell, I'm kind of insane, but whenever I needed something, I felt like I could go to Megan and they would take me seriously, more seriously than I'd ever been taken by a professor. I wanted to work hard and impress Megan. And one night I went to Megan's office and told them, if you don't switch me to psychology, I'm leaving UMM. So they did. And for the first time in my life, I knew I was doing the right thing for me. This isn't to say that after I switched majors, it was all smooth sailing, of course. I've always had problems with my mental health since I was a kid. During my time here at UMM, my diagnosis changed a few times until finally it was clear to my psychiatrist and therapist that I have bipolar 2. This diagnosis came about the spring semester of my junior year of college. So in my senior year, I was actually able to have a good shot at being a student again. Now, because I'm not only a film and book nerd, I'm also a psych nerd. Did you know that in the US in 2021, there were only 3% of students enrolled in college who had a bipolar disorder? And even crazier than that, about 70% of students with a bipolar diagnosis will drop out of college. I was almost part of that 70%. I won't lie to you. There were so many times over the past few years when I wanted nothing more than to drop out of school and never come back, but I didn't. The support that I received from some of my professors and staff here helped me and made me feel like I wasn't totally useless and dumb. I'm very proud to be a UMM graduate. The kindness, understanding, gentleness, and overall support from some of the professors and staff here have really reshaped my view of, well, everything. When you get into the headspace where the world is ugly, and you have someone like Uriah Anderson or Teresa Blyther or Alan Kryzak standing by your side, now the world just got a whole lot prettier. Or you have someone like Matthew Day or Stacey Cherry or Lois Ann Kuntz or Jeannie Vos treat you like a person regardless of if you can move your face that day or not. Now you find yourself standing in front of the graduating class of 2022 and you say to yourself, oh my God, how did this happen? I wish I could say more, but I'll leave you all with one last thing. When things get scary, laugh about it. Try not to harbor anger, hatred, or despair. The best advice I ever got was from my therapist a few weeks ago. She said, Grace, don't ever let anything or anyone make you so angry you want to hurt yourself. I want all of you here to know that I believe in all of you. I love all of you. And no matter what happens when we leave this auditorium with the degrees that we all worked so hard for, look back on all the confusing, angry, painful, and frustrating times we've been through and laugh because we showed life who's boss. In closing, I will quote my favorite artist of all time, Gerard Way. So long, UMM, and good night.
I think it's right about now that people are thinking, do you guys have any like graduations at your graduations? It's coming, it's coming. I've got a couple more things that I wanted to, there's a couple more awards that I wanted to go over, and there's, well, you'll see. So today we're honored to have our commencement speaker and honorary doctorate degree earner, Jacob Van de Sandy. It is with a special privilege for the University of Maine at Machias to bestow an honorary doctorate in science today. This degree is given to recognize the recipient's public service and to honor the significant contributions that Jacob specifically has made to land protection and fisheries. I've worked with Jacob for the last 3 or 4 years, and he's been an advocate and an ally of the University of Maine at Machias every step of the way. So where is it? Here it is. Here's what it reads. It reads, be it known that on recommendation of the faculty, with the concurrence of the president and the chancellor, and in recognition of significant contributions to the honorees field and the state of Maine, the trustees of the University of Maine system have conferred upon Jacob Van de Sandy the degree of honorary doctor of science with all rights, privileges, and honors hereto appertaining. Congratulations, Jacob. Would you please step forward?
May or may not work. Okay.
Yeah, I think you're a wizard now.
Thank you. All right, I'll put this under here. So first of all, thank you, Dan, Joan, and thank you all. So as a commencement speaker, there is an expectation that I share some of my some wisdom and experience that will help and inspire you, mostly you. I mean, you all are here too, but really my focus is on you, the senior class. And so I'm trying to inspire you going forward into the next phase of your life. That expectation is quite humbling and somewhat, as others mentioned, anxiety provoking. I'm also, standing up here in front of you, and I'm honored to be here because I just recognize all the work that you all have done. So I'd like to share with you how I got here, and I'm not going to tell my life story. I'm keeping it under 5 minutes, Dan. But I'd like to talk about how I got here to be on the Board of Visitors of UMM and how I ended up here on this stage. I'd also like to share with you an understanding and a perspective where we are and where we're going, inspired by a book that I read recently. I will start my story by saying that part of the honor in being here is that up until now, I was not an alumnus of UMM. However, for the past 25 years, I've been attending events on this campus, utilizing the facilities. And it's hard to list all the friends, family, community members that I know who've either graduated from this institution or taken classes here. The value to this community is sort of immeasurable. So back in 2017, when a good friend of mine who was a UMM alumnus invited me to be on the Board of Visitors, I was a little surprised. I was also unsure. I have a very busy life. I have a lot of constraints on my time, and I was intimidated by the commitment. So while weighing the pros and cons and thinking it through, I had a thought. I had a vision, and it was a sad vision. I imagined Machias without UMM, without this college on the hill, and that was sad for me, and it hit my heart. And I realized, at that point that I really had to take action and join the Board of Visitors. I took a leap of faith. I did what I could to help the Machias campus change and grow, to support this community. I certainly had no expectations that I was going to end up here giving a commencement speech or getting an honorary degree. But I followed my heart. I did what was right for a community that I love, and I took action. So I think action is the theme here, and I heard it from some of the other students that we can't be afraid. We need to just take action and move forward with the things that we want. And so that leads me to a book that I recently read. I read a book called Walk with the Wind. It was written by John Lewis. John Lewis was a congressman for the state of Georgia from 1987 until 2020 when he passed away. John Lewis was also one of the most important civil rights leaders of our time, and quite an inspirational speaker. Reading this book, I was struck by his perspective on history, on our role as individuals, and how it relates to where we are today in this world. So, and I think we heard some of that in the student speeches as well. We collectively have lived through two of the hardest years in modern history. I just want to recognize that it has not been easy. Between the pandemic and unprecedented political and social upheaval, we have been challenged, and I commend you for making it to this graduation. You guys really lived something unique, and you've made it. So sort of congratulations. I'm sure at times you were overwhelmed, as was I. It's been hard. The news and the media remind us of the challenges and strife. It's easy to feel that the world is falling apart, but John Lewis helped me to put this in perspective. He said, "Do not get lost in a sea of despair. Do not get lost in a sea of despair." He saw the change that had happened. He knew how it was for Black Americans in the Jim Crow South. He saw the changes in equality and opportunity for women. Tremendous change has happened in a generation. But then John Lewis would say, but we're not there yet. We have a lot of work ahead of us. He believed that when you saw injustice, you saw a challenge, you must take action. John Lewis taught me that from challenges comes opportunity. The pandemic and political and social upheaval forced us to have conversations, hard conversations. And this is where change happens, good change. So do not despair. See these challenging times as an opportunity. As John Lewis would say, get in trouble, necessary trouble. Do what is right. You all have a unique opportunity to write history. So I encourage you to imagine what you want in this life, the world you want to live in, and to take action to be the change that you want to see. Good luck, and thank you.
Thanks, Jacob. I've got two more things, and then we'll focus on getting these folks some degrees. But it's now my pleasure to announce the winner of the Arthur S. and Francis A. Buswell Academic Enhancement Award for 2022. The Buswell Award was established in 1991 by President Emeritus Arthur Buswell and his wife Frances. The proceeds of their endowment are to be awarded annually to a faculty member for the enhancement of the academic program in which the honoree teaches. The award is based on a competitive application process, and it's announced here at commencement. This year's Buswell Award will be used to purchase equipment for student research in the Psychology and Community Studies program. And so I'm pleased to announce that the winner of this year's Buswell Award is Dr. Uriah Anderson. Congratulations, Ron. I'm also pleased to announce that we are awarding emeritus status to a longtime colleague. This is it afternoon or morning yet? Is it still in the morning or is it afternoon? Okay, this morning. The criteria for emeritus status includes the dedication and contributions to UMM, to education, to a length of service to university, contributions to the awardees field, participation in campus life, the esteem of students and colleagues, and service to the community. Gene Nichols, in recognition of your 37 years of dedicated professional service to the University of Maine at Machias, its students and admission, I hereby bestow upon you the title of Professor Emeritus of Music. Congratulations, Gene.
So Dan has promised a couple times that the students will actually graduate. And so here we go. It's the moment we've been waiting for, the presentation and conferral of degrees for the class of 2022. So Head of Campus Qualls and Associate Registrar Marshall will be assisting me.
Will all the candidates please rise? President Fernie Mundy, it is my pleasure to present these candidates for their certificates and associate and baccalaureate degrees in their respective fields. The Associate Registrar has certified that they have fulfilled all academic requirements. The faculty and I recommend that they now receive their diplomas.
By virtue of President of the University of Maine at Machias by the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine System, and upon the recommendation of the head of campus and the University of Maine at Machias faculty, I now confer upon you the certificates and associate and baccalaureate degrees to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please be seated. I probably should have said except for the first row. Will the candidates of the first row please rise one at a time and come forward to receive their diploma when I call on your name. A little behind the scenes action here is I don't know if they're in order, right? So luckily I'm wearing a mask and you can't tell if I'm surprised that they're not in order. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's see if this works. Jordan T. Balecki. Introduction to College Studies Certificate. Lauren Marie Beal, Introduction to College Studies Certificate. Amy Alexandra Bright, Family Studies Certificate. Kelsey Paige Brown, Introduction to College Studies Certificate. Rachel Nicole Colby, Introduction to College Studies Certificate. Brittany Nicole Holmes, Family Studies Certificate. Rochelle Ann Millay, Family Studies Certificate. Are you Rebecca? Are you Rebecca? I could sense a disturbance in the force. Rebecca Faye Muse, Introduction to College Studies Certificate. Colin Matthews Piper, Becoming a Business Professional Certificate. The next row, please rise. Joseph Corin Ray Smith, Becoming a Business Professional Certificate. Mia Renee Richardson, Introduction to College Studies Certificate. Peyton Lee Robbins, Family Studies Certificate. Jomazy Rosado, Family Studies Certificate. Michelle A. Scarlett, Books Arts Certificate. Caitlin Elizabeth Smith, Introduction to Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Certificate. Nicholas James Stussy, Introduction to College Studies Certificate. Dylan Elizabeth Swindler, Introduction to College Studies Certificate. Ray Ann Lynn Whitten, Family Studies Certificate. Tyler Joseph Beal, an Associates of Science in Conservation Law and Outdoor Management. With honors. Chloe A. Delani, Associates of Science in Business and Entrepreneurial Studies with honors. Would you be Ashley? Huh. Ashley Christine Auger, a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Community Studies. Hannah Evelyn Carver, a Bachelor of Arts in Biology, cum laude. Brielle Page Davis, a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Community Studies, magna cum laude. Vanessa Lay Echevarria Coolin, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Community Studies. You guys are getting further and further away from me. Heather Marie Hanson, Community Studies and Mental Health and Rehabilitation Technician and Community Certificate. Emma Morgan Jones, a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Community Studies. Courtney Lynn Kafka, a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Community Studies, cum laude. Sam LaRousse, a Bachelor of Arts in Creative Arts, magna cum laude. Keenan Knowles Look, a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Community Studies, summa cum laude. Michaela McClure, Bachelor of Arts in English and Creative Writing and Book Arts, summa cum laude. Emily Shea McPhail, a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Community Studies, cum laude. Next row, please stand up and come on down. Praise H. Maker, a Bachelor of Arts in Creative Arts and Book Arts certificate, summa cum laude. Ayla Marie Petty, a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Case Studies. Gary Daniel Pitcher, Bachelor of Arts in Biology. Lauren Elizabeth Sachs. Community Studies and Mental Health and Rehabilitation Technician and Community Certificate, magna cum laude. Betty Marie Mason, a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Community Studies. Savannah J. Steiger, a Community Studies and Mental Health and Rehabilitation Technician, the Community Certificate, and Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Community Studies. Summa cum laude. Trevor James Tansky, a Bachelor of Arts in Creative Arts. Grace Marie Terse, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and Community Studies. Lauren Elizabeth Wallace, a Bachelor of Arts in Biology. Kix Krieger Eldoret, a Bachelor of Science in Outdoor Recreation and Leadership, summa cum laude. Savannah Gabrielle Arcuri, Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Science in Marine Biology. Lindsay Barabee, a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Studies, summa cum laude. Heather Sue Lothrop Carney, a Bachelor of Science in Business and Entrepreneurial Studies, summa cum laude. Aquila Fierce Chase, a Bachelor of Science in Marine Biology, magna cum laude. You gotta get a degree. You need to. Lucas James Carrera, a Bachelor of Science in Outdoor Recreation and Leadership. Caleb James Dunn, a Bachelor of Science in Outdoor Recreation and Leadership. Emily Peyton Eisenhower, a Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education. Tanya S. Hernandez, Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, magna cum laude. Michelle Lynn Hopkins, a Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Agustin Lizcano, a Bachelor of Science in Business and Entrepreneurial Studies, magna cum laude. Colby Austin Myers, Bachelor of Science in Business and Entrepreneurial Studies. Yanni Gonzobo, a Bachelor of Science. A Bachelor of Science in Business and Entrepreneurial Studies and Human Resource Management Certificate, summa cum laude. Elias Benjamin Reyes Fox, a Bachelor of Science in Business and Entrepreneurial Studies. Trevor S. Riggin, a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Geographic Information Science, summa cum laude. Ivy A. Robinson, a Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, summa cum laude. Nicholas Clinton Sanborn, Bachelor of Science in Outdoor Recreation and Leadership, summa cum laude. Molly Rose Stewart, a Bachelor of Science in Marine Biology and a Bachelor of Arts in Biology, summa cum laude. Paige Elizabeth Whitworth, a Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, magna cum laude. Marley Elizabeth Farraga Gemma, a Bachelor of College Studies. Jamima Maudi Leilu, a Bachelor of College Studies. Tyra Nicole Lyons, a Bachelor of College Studies. Teresa Ann Ross, a Bachelor of College Studies, summa cum laude. Angela Faye Summers, a Bachelor of College Studies. Sophia Bennett Squire, a Bachelor of College Studies. Haley Autumn Wood, Bachelor of College Studies, summa cum laude. And now I would like to ask Yanni Gonzobo to return to the stage with Jamima Leilu and Yanni's sister Jenny. Could you guys come up? They're going to perform Today Is My Day by Deborah Lukalu.
Here I am in your presence. It may be hard for me to see, hard for me to understand. I will trust in your name. I quit with all the stress. I quit with all the worry. I quit the sleepless nights. I will will trust in your plans. That is why I say today is my day. Something big is about to happen. Today is my day. I believe I am next in line for a miracle. Everything is turning around for my good. Today is my day. Something big is about to happen. Oh. Today is my day. I wanna watch you do this for me. I know you have it under control. Everything is turning around for my I will trust in your name. I will trust in your plans. I will trust in your will for me, for me. I will trust in your plans. I will trust in your ways. I will trust in your plan for me, for me. Trust in your plans. I will trust in your ways. I will trust in your plans for me, for me. Today is my day.
Wow. I think we need another round of applause for Yanni, Jemima, and Jim. You know, at this part of the program, traditionally the president gives a charge to the new graduates, but in many ways you just had that. You know, today is your day, and you need to keep that in mind. I will just say a bit more about it, which is also think about tomorrow, define tomorrow. You are ready, you are worthy, you are prepared, you have knowledge, insights, caring, compassion. You Maine Machias graduates in the class of 2022, you can change the world. And I can already see that you're doing that, and you're going to keep doing that. So create the tomorrow that you desire, and know that you will redefine your tomorrows and those of the people around you over a lifetime. And you've been prepared here by this incredible faculty and staff. So I wish you all the very best. Stay in touch with us. Help us as the future of the University of Maine at Machias continues to unfold. Let us know what worked well for you here. Bring us your ideas. Keep in touch. And again, congratulations and my sincere best wishes to you for what lies ahead. Congratulations.
In closing, UMM, as you can see, we have several traditions, and one of our traditions at the end of commencement is we have a song, and it really expresses our wishes for the graduates. And in appreciation of all the people who have helped make UMM a great place to learn and grow, we wish you and the class of 2022 happy trails. And in memory of former President John H. Joseph, and performed by our very own Emeritus Professor of Music, Gene Nichols.
Thanks. Thanks so much. I didn't get to work with a lot of you, but stay positive. It's not Pollyannish to just not waste so much energy on negative things. Just keep going for things. Happy Trails, the lyrics are right in the book, but it's a chorus, a verse, and a chorus. Could we start with the verse near the middle? Some trails are happy ones. Some trails are happy ones, others are blue. It's the way you ride the trails that counts. Here's a happy one for you. If you don't want to sing, just do. There you go. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. We'll do another chorus in just a second. Yes, good. Keep that. Yeah. It's been almost 20 years now since John Joseph had his little Roy Rogers guitar under the podium, and he was gonna pull it out, and he wasn't gonna sing it, but he was gonna talk through the lyrics as a good wish too. Here we go, one more time, in harmony if you like. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling on to them. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you till we meet again. Good luck.
I don't know where you guys got to go, but you can't stay here. I mean, you don't have to go home, but we have a parade go through the town of Machias, led by our fire department and police department. They are going to head out in about 30 seconds. I think they'll wait for you. So thank you, and safe travels.